a sun symbol. Basic symbol. The last one is the Celtic spiral, which is very, very prominent in industry today. So look at them carefully. Let's see if we will find them in the world today. All right. The all-seeing eye of Osiris on a Roman Catholic church. Now if you find this, then it means exactly the same thing. That's the open hand, symbol of sun worship. That's the all-seeing eye. That's the birth of the sun, Baal Hadad. There you have this symbol. There's the symbol of Zeus with the thunderclouds in the background. And you have industry over there. So this picture tells us that pollution is going to be one of the issues which will be defined as an enemy in order to channel people into the directions that they want to go. Here is the actual document, The Sun in Myth and Art, and the foreword is written by Federico Meyer, Director General of UNESCO in Paris. As bestower of light and life, ancient cultures generally identified the sun as the symbol of truth, the all-seeing one eye of justice and equality, the fountainhead of wisdom, compassion and enlightenment, the healer of physical and spiritual maladies, and then it goes on. Most religious rituals, social functions, cultural pageants, festivals, sports can be traced back to the ancient worship of the sun. He who dwells in man and who dwells in the sun is one and the same, states the Tati, blah, 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 whatever. It was in this spirit that Singh conceived and compiled this volume in cooperation with several scholars hailing from different regions of the world, some of whom also participated with him in the UNESCO project. This is the integral study of the Silk Roads within the framework of the World Decade for Cultural Development. UNESCO has a plan, and that is to draw the entire world into one system of worship, the worship of the sun and moon deities, and Masonic rituals will become very prominent. Now, this one is from Time, May 21, 2001. Here stands the man with the Masonic finger. And it says over here, Freemasonry's flag. The secret society has hired a public relations man in Britain to promote a kinder, less sinister image. In fact, from 2001, it became possible to enter into some Masonic lodges as a museum guide, as a tour. So they're going to open the doors because they are the ones who will control the new world. Right. So they have a dark side, they have a light side. We've already shown that they are Luciferians in the highest levels. Let us go to the official website of the Church of Satan, and there it is. And here you have the goat of Mendes symbol over there, and there's a picture of Anton LaVey. El Neil says that his son said that he personally witnessed this man commit 1,000 human sacrifices. Whether that's true or whether that's not, I don't know. I didn't say it, El Neil. Now when I went to this web page to get this picture, I thought this was rather interesting. Can you see the symbol at the bottom there? Well, they hotly denied it and said they didn't fund it, but there was their symbol. That is the symbol of the Apple computer company. These are the symbols you will find. You will find the symbol of Zeus. You will find the upside-down triangle. You'll find them all. The Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey says Satan represents indulgence rather than abstinence, represents vital existence instead of spiritual pipe dreams, represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical deceit. Satan represents kindness to those who deserve it instead of love wasted on ingrates. And so he goes on and on and on with his story over here. Satan has been the best friend the church has ever had, as he has kept it in business all these years. Interesting. Now it's very interesting that very prominent Satanists are the friends of the people in high places. And very prominent Druid priests are the friends of the people in high places. And very prominent rock stars and sports stars are the friends of people in high places, although they worship at a different shrine altogether. and they get declared to be Lord so-and-so and Lord so-and-so, and they get to be knighted no matter how perverse or weird they are. What does that tell you? Well, here's the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. We'll have to do some looking at that as well. Of course, it is the same as the eye of Osiris. And here you have, in this all-seeing eye, you have the wedge of the eye. Now, I've told you a little bit about the wedge of the eye already. We saw it coming into the circle, for example, in the unification of Europe. And the wedge of the eye is the light that is absorbed by Lucifer. He will swallow up the whole world. Now, you will remember that a very early little game, little computer game, had this symbol as its most prominent symbol. You remember that game? It was called Pac-Man. And Pac-Man went, and you won when you what? Swallowed up everything that came in your way. Now that is the first satanic symbol that was used. And this circle in the eye is not only the eye with a wedge in it, it is also the E. And the E is the eye of Lucifer, the eye of Osiris. It is his power and wisdom. So E becomes very prominent. A E, capital E, if you turn a capital E on its feet, then it becomes a what? Then it becomes a M. So they play these little stupid little games with these letters. So the symbolism that we have shows us that all religions in the world are going to become one world religion. What a nice little Masonic gesture over here, showing the allegiance between Buddhism and this system over here. This one, this power, this wandering bishop power controls all the rest. If we go to this Pope, the center of all these sun worship religions, he has to become all things to all men. So here he's being anointed with the sign of the tilak in India, which is the symbol of the sun god, the round red dot on the forest. Here he is kissing the Quran. All these religions are subject to Rome. If we look at world philosophy, the world's philosophy that we practice and study at the universities today, it is Luciferian. All of it. One of the modern day philosophers, Ayn Rand, she wrote the book Atlas Shrugged, for example, which is a model of the New World Order in novel form. She also writes this prominent book. You can see the solar symbolism on the back here. You can see the Masonic triangle with the steps of the Masonic steps leading to godhood. And the book's name tells you everything. It's called The Virtue of Selfishness, which is exactly the opposite of what the Bible would teach. So today, if you go to universities of philosophy, you will be confronted with a totally new science. You will have the Shaman Institute, the Institute for Parapsychology, which is just a modern word for occultism. You'll have seed, I'm very allergic to that name. You'll have noetic science, the divine man, the Adam Kadmon standing in his circle, the University of Philosophical Research. You'll have the yin yang, you'll have the blend symbols, you'll have the Eleusis, Journal of Psychoactive Plant Compounds, you'll have the word lucis in there, and the all-seeing eye. All of these associations show us that they are Luciferian sun worship system. World education, so you have unification of religions. We've done enough lectures about those. Unification of education, the prophet of hope, the philosopher, Robert Miller, with a Masonic symbol over there, is the chancellor of the University of Peace, connection between spirituality and political cultural scene, the unification of this age-old system of church, state, but Luciferian working together. World Core Curriculum is known throughout the world as the father of global education, coming to your country, already there. The World Core Curriculum, the whole structure of education in the world is changing. For that you receive the Peace Prize of Education, of course. Framework for world media coverage as a public service, as well as the framework for planetary and cosmic consciousness, and a framework for the arts and culture. We're in an interesting time period. Mr. Lucifer is very, very busy. We're also living in a world of world government. Notice the symbols. Notice carefully how they are constructed. In the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep brake from him. Then the king commanded to call the magicians, the astrologers, the sorcerers, the Chaldeans, for to show the king his dreams. Are our presidents any different today? I showed you the video of the king summoning the astrologers. Ronald Reagan did it, the present ones, they're all one and the same. The kings and queens of Britain, of Europe, of Africa, they do the same. Nelson Mandela doesn't appear on the stage without his little mascot guy in his sangoma, rattling and throwing the bones to see which way the world should go. Fascinating stuff. The yin-yang symbols and the human rights symbols and the politicians are all one. We've done the lecture. I'm not going to repeat it. Enough said. Now, what about the world entertainment media? And we haven't dealt with that yet to any great extent. Well, here is the new policy in Africa, for example, which I'm talking a lot about Africa and South Africa, which serves as a model for the New World Order. They're practicing in that country how far they can get away with things, how far they can drive people to despair. You know how many suicides we have in our country every single day? Whole families are wiping themselves out because they see no hope. Do you know this man over here? Very prominent film star. Leonardo DiCaprio. Have you heard of him? Oh yeah. There he is in full Masonic gear in one of the films with Masonic initiation. If you want to make it in the media world, you better be a Luciferian, or you're not going to get very far. And this is the saying that the media will play a very prominent role. Now, this is an introduction to one of those types of programs where they tell you exactly what they're going to do with the media. I'm not saying it, they're saying it themselves. Let's take it from the media. Let's see what this little video clip says.
There is nothing wrong with your television. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control the horizontal and the vertical. We can deluge you with 1,000 channels or expand one single image to crystal clarity and beyond. We can shape your vision to anything our imagination can conceive. For the next hour, we will control all that you see and hear.
Can you see the power of the media? Do you think they're going to use it on our young children to reprogram them? They already have. They already have. Show me the child that doesn't ask Santa Claus for something. And this is what we see on televisions, and this is propagated, and this is something that is made prominent. Let's have a look at the mega companies. Viacom, one of the biggest. There's their symbol, Masonic. Let's have a look at Columbia. There's the Masonic triangle. There is the goddess with the solar symbol behind her. And here you have CBS, the all-seeing eye of Osiris. If you look at Paramount, you have the Holy Mountain, which I showed you in the Aztec religion. If you look at HBO, there you have the circle with a dot in it. You can't get more disgusting than that. And there you have DreamWorks. You have the half moon, the symbol of the deity. Warner Brothers has the Masonic shield. Creative has the triangle. CNN, we'll deal with that, has the dot. Wait. If you go to Columbia TriStar, you have Pegasus, the god of death. There you have also the base or the top tip of the triangle with the Masonic stairs and the goddess holding the solar flame. It's a symbol of Lucifer. If you go to NBC, you have all the symbols of sun worship right there, because the peacock is a symbol of Lucifer. Universal has the circle and has the number of letters, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer.